Hey guys, Mike in the Woods here. I want to talk about the Cybertruck's autonomous driving capability. The ability to drive itself from point A to point B without any interaction whatsoever. Now, I know what you're thinking. Autonomous vehicles have to be years away, right? Nope, they're here right now. Autonomous vehicles have been around for a while in at least some capacity, but right now, as of this video, Tesla's full self-driving capability, their complete self-driving solution, is being beta tested by users right now. They're making massive improvements to its reliability and capabilities, and they say they're aiming to release it by the end of 2020, but honestly, I personally think it's probably going to slip to sometime in 2021. But even then, that's a lot closer to being reality than most people realize. Which means that by the time the Cybertruck begins deliveries, assuming you have the full self-driving package, like this guy, it will be able to basically drive itself from point A to point B with almost no interaction on your part. So in today's video, I wanted to kind of look into the future a bit and show you 5 unique benefits that a Tesla Cybertruck can give you on a backcountry adventure. Number 5, your Cybertruck can meet you wherever you want. When planning things like through hikes or even things like in and out or loop type trails, parking can be a problem if there's no nearby parking solution and you don't have someone to drop you off. With a self-driving Cybertruck, you can go make it park somewhere else entirely and then summon it to meet you whenever and wherever you need it, because if you weren't aware, all Teslas are connected to the cell data network, so as long as you have a phone and your Cybertruck connected to the cell network, you can interact with it basically from anywhere in the world. It's also how it gets its updates. Or maybe it's something as mundane as your significant other needing the truck while you're away on a camping trip for a week. Send it back to them at home, and then they'll send it back to you at the end of the week when you need it. Number 4, it's much safer for long road trips. In the near future, there will come a point where the self-driving software officially becomes better at driving than you. In fact, if you look at Tesla's current Autopilot software on highways, it may have actually already reached that point. And this translates to a reduced chance of a serious accident while out on backcountry roads and highways. Since the vehicle has 360 degrees of sight at all times and has reaction times measured in fractions of what yours is, it can react quickly to anything it identifies. It's really all about training the computer to know what to look for, which Tesla is actively doing, and will make the autonomous driving capabilities grow exponentially in reliability. And that's the key point, the exponential improvement. And even if you're the one that wants to drive, the system can be on in the background for you, ready to jump in and make corrections if it senses a oncoming collision or a road hazard it doesn't think you are going to avoid. Number 3, it can evacuate you. Picture this. You're in the backcountry, either alone or with someone who can't or doesn't know how to drive, and you get seriously injured. I'm talking like to the point where you can't drive, like maybe your leg is seriously busted or you've even been blinded. Help is a long ways away and would take twice as long for an ambulance to do a round trip as it would for you to just get there yourself. Or you've taken some particularly aggressive off-road routes and the only other option would be for an expensive air rescue. And those things aren't cheap, man. If your Cybertruck can drive itself, it can be your best chance for survival in the situation. Use voice commands to queue up a destination if you can't see well enough to plug it in on a GPS, and let your truck evacuate you to whatever hospital or emergency destination you've told it to. Number 2, it'll be better at terrain pathfinding than you, eventually. When driving off-road, it's obviously important to pick your path carefully in rough terrain. I'm sure seasoned backcountry off-roaders can do this with ease, but as someone whose current vehicle gets cold sweats when it even sees a dirt road, pathfinding through nasty terrain can be daunting. And while not explicitly being dealt with right now with Tesla's full self-driving software, it's currently being focused on normal driving conditions with maybe a bit of off-road use. The capability is fundamentally there if their computer is trained for it. Being able to accurately pick a path through nasty terrain based on what it sees. And unlike you, who only really has vision, the Cybertruck also has forward-facing sonar and radar sensors, letting it get a very good idea of what the terrain is like immediately ahead of it. One day in the near future, don't be surprised if the Cybertruck can go off-roading in nasty terrain and pathfind better than you can. And this also opens up intense backcountry exploration to people far less seasoned with the concept. And number 1, it gives you your time back. If your truck drives itself, and the laws have gotten to the point where you're able to do this, you can spend that time doing other things. Studying destinations further down the line on a road trip, catching up on social media or the news, repairing or modifying gear, or any other number of things that you could be doing. If the situation calls for it, it would also allow you to be far more alert to your surroundings while the truck focuses on driving. Maybe you're passing through a particularly sketchy area, or maybe you're monitoring an environmental threat like, I don't know, like a tornado or something. And lastly, because the truck can drive itself, you can continue to cover ground even while you sleep. And this means that, except for rest stops and charging time, your truck can pretty much be on the road driving 24/7. If getting from point A to point B on a long road trip is rather time sensitive, this can save you a crap ton of time. Okay, so obviously there's two important factors that have to be solved before any of these are really able to be utilized. The first is that the self-driving software has to reach that level of reliability and safety, and the second is that the laws have to change to support it. But guys, I really think most people don't realize how close to this capability we actually are. Teslas can already drive themselves. It's all about the rate of improvement and level of reliability. And also, a reminder, your boy Mike has reserved a Cybertruck on the day of the reveal, and you best bet I got the full self-driving package. Make sure you subscribe, because when I get my Cybertruck, you can be guaranteed we're going to do all kinds of fun experiments and adventures with it with the full self-driving capability. So on that note, make sure you leave me a comment down below. What kinds of scenarios and tests do you want to see me put the self-driving capability through? If you're new to this channel, much like the Cybertruck out in the backcountry, I take a look at how fun, futuristic technology can intersect with traditional outdoors experiences. And if you want to help out the channel, hitting the like button is a free way to do this, but I'll also leave some links in the description too, such as my online 3D print and paracord shop, hint, the holidays are coming, and my Patreon. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're all doing okay, and I'll catch you next video.